Hello, my name is Phil Herman. I'm Superintendent of Hudson City Schools, and thank you for tuning into today's Monday message. In today's message, I'm going to talk about the status of COVID-19 cases in Hudson City School District, a few ways that we're asking for your help in keeping our schools open and keeping our students and staff safe, and I will share some resources and mental health supports for you or your children. Last Wednesday, Governor DeWine addressed the state regarding the increasing cases of COVID-19 throughout our state and also in our region. Of course, we've seen that same thing here in our community. A few weeks ago, Summit County Public Health reminded Summit County superintendents on a call with us that while there were still few cases or examples of in-school spread in the county, as cases climb, they told us that we needed to expect to see more student cases in each of our schools as our students represent the population within our communities. And we've certainly seen that happen in Hudson. Let's look at some of those numbers. Since the beginning of the school year, we've seen a total of 45 COVID-19 cases in our schools. 33 students out of just about 4,000 students who are attending school in person, and 12 staff members out of over 600 staff members have tested positive for COVID. Since October 19th, when we transitioned to all in grades K through 8, we have had 30 of those 45 cases, 21 students, 9 staff members. And let's look at it building by building. Since October 19th, at the high school that is not transitioned to all in, is in a hybrid model, we've had 13 students and 1 staff member. And the staff member is a coach that doesn't teach in the schools. At the middle school, we've had 4 students and 5 staff members. At Eastwoods, we've had 3 students and 0 staff. At Ellsworth Hill, we've had 1 student and 0 staff. And at Evenmere, we've had 0 students and 0 staff since October 19th. In the district, we've had 3 staff members that aren't assigned to particular school buildings. As of this morning, we have 111 students or staff in quarantine as a result of these in-school cases. We also have additional students or staff in quarantine as a result of cases not associated with the schools that are absent. So this data is all available on our district website on the main page, and you can see that by clicking on COVID-19 reporting. And it's updated typically within 24 hours of when we receive notification of a case. So when I share that information with you in the different buildings, there's certainly concern for the middle school staff, and that stands out, 5 staff members since October 19th. And that is an indication of spread, particularly within special education units at our middle school, and several special education units have transitioned to all remote for 2 weeks moving forward because of those particular cases and that concern. Speaking with other districts and Summit County Public Health, this is consistent with what's happening in schools in our area, in our region. There's definitely an increase in cases as we see cases increase throughout the state. There are also isolated examples of in-school spread, and there are common sources of contact that have been identified across school districts and within our county that have been identified as happening at sleepovers, Halloween parties most recently, athletic get-togethers following contests, or family gatherings. And so the good news about all that is that it's encouraging for the safety protocols that are in place in schools, but it also reiterates the important role that all of us can play in helping schools stay open given our activities outside of school. It is our goal, and it's my goal, to have our schools open. But if the virus continues to grow at the same pace, it is likely that we could have to transition individual classes, like we most recently did at the middle school, a building, or the entire district to hybrid or remote because of the number of students needed to be in quarantine, because of staff absences, or if we see evidence of rapid spread or an outbreak among students happening as a result of contact in the schools. We know from our experiences across the state that safety protocols in schools are working, that hand washing and hand sanitizing is working, that cleaning protocols are working, that distancing to the greatest extent possible is working, and in particular, we know that masks are working to slow, limit, or eliminate the spread of COVID in schools. And Here's how you can help us additionally in our schools. Staying home when students are sick. This is a place where we need assistance. Please do not send your child to school if they are exhibiting any symptoms of illness. Please do not assume that it's just a cold or allergies. We know that that is tough to do in terms of keeping students home. We know that it's challenging to get a doctor appointment or possibly get a COVID test right now. But this is a place where we can make a significant difference. So more so than ever, please keep your students home if they are sick, and we will work with you to help them make up their work or get them back on track when that time period is over. But that is a place where we could really use some assistance. Another area where we can make a difference is in our activities outside of school. And I know that this is a sensitive topic and none of us want to be told what to do. I don't like to be told what to do or what I can or can't or what I should or shouldn't be doing. We are asking for your help to give careful consideration before hosting a sleepover, a large family gathering, hosting or attending a party, or going to any large scale event. We know that those activities across the state are sources of COVID that are affecting our youth, and then the students are coming into school and they are bringing the virus with them as a result of spread in those locations. And so one of the best ways that we can try to stay open is by limiting these activities, or at least by making sure that there are the same safety protocols or precautions that are in place that are being utilized in schools. And so we're asking for your help in these areas because we want our students safe, we want to keep our staff safe, and we want to try to keep our buildings open for in-person learning. I also know that those type of social activities and those gatherings are really important for our mental health, and that this virus is getting old and it is wearing on all of us. And so if you or your child is struggling, please do not hesitate to contact us or to reach out to your child's teacher, to our guidance staff, to our principals. Reach out to me. We will connect you with assistance. In this email, or in the email that we're sending this message, we have included links to our website, particularly the mental wellness resources for our parents. And also, additionally, if you or a loved one are experiencing anxiety-related issues or anxiety issues related to the pandemic, there is help available 24 hours a day by calling the COVID-19 care line at 1-800-720-9616. I'm hopeful that between now and the winter break, we will be able to continue to have students in school. However, we will continue to monitor the Summit County cases, our local and state and federal guidance, our 44236 confirmed cases, particularly our experiences within Hudson City School District, our staff and student attendance rates, and then things like area hospitalization beds availability, and talking to other school districts around us, understanding the experiences of other schools in our region as well. You might have seen some area school districts, as we think about those schools, transitioning individual buildings to all remote because of in-school spread or because of cases amongst staff that make it difficult to find substitutes. We too will be prepared to transition to hybrid or transition to all remote in individual schools, classrooms, or an entire district if we feel it's necessary to do so. And we would be prepared over the coming weeks to do so rapidly if the case is determined that we needed to do it. Lastly, in the month of November, the month which we pause to give gratitude and express the things that we are thankful for, I've tried to reflect on 3 things every single day, and sometimes I post those to Twitter with the hashtag of 3 gratitudes. And many of our staff are doing the same thing to remind ourselves that even in spite of this pandemic, we have so much to be grateful for. Please know that I am grateful for the support that you have given to Hudson City Schools, to our teachers, for your flexibility as we continue to make adjustments, and for your help in supporting your child during this unusual school year. I hope that each of you has a wonderful Thanksgiving, And I want to thank you again for tuning in, listening to this message, and I hope you have a safe and healthy week.